Today, I want to highlight the Star Model D pistol in 380 ACP. Introduced in the early 1920s, the Model D stands out as a pistol way ahead of its time, a truly pocket-sized, lock-breech pistol long before this became the norm. Initially produced with no safety or slide stop and a screw-adjustable rear sight, it was quickly updated with a slide stop and a safety lever above the magazine release, akin to the Star blowback pistols of the era, like the CO. This would be updated yet again in the late 1920s, giving the pistol a traditional thumb-actuated hammer safety. By 1935, it was updated yet again to the pattern seen here, with the dovetailed rear sight. By the 40s, they'd removed the stylized hole in the hammer. And by the 50s, the frame would be given the curved backstrap seen in the 1911 A1. While the pistol was sold to several forces by means of the famous German AK wholesaler, it did not initially make a big splash in US sales. That was until it almost became the flagship Colt 380 pistol, well before the introduction of the Mustang or Series 90 pony pistols. In the early 70s, Firearms International, the largest importer at the time for Star, worked a deal where non-marked Star Model D parts kits would be imported and assembled in the U.S. on FI-provided frames compliant with the 1968 Gun Control Act for Colt. These had a CPA prefix serial number and would be marked as the Colt Pony Automatic. About 50 of these Colt Ponies would be produced until Colt walked out of the deal, leaving FI to sell the pistol under their own label through the 70s, until they ultimately sold the manufacturing rights and leftover parts to Ivor Johnson, who would then go on to sell a modified derivative called the X300 Pony with a different extractor and frame design. The alloy frame version of the pistol, the DK, would also be imported into the US during this time, sometimes under the Starfire label. Star would also offer the DK in 32 ACP as the DKI and update the DK one last time into the DKL. While externally identical to the DKL boasted improved internals. Like the rest of Star's 1911 derived pistols, the D series would ultimately cease production in favor of the modern Star series pistols, and the company itself would shut their doors by the late 90s. The Model D shoots far more comfortably than you'd expect for an early pocket pistol, owed greatly to its lock breech, something that wouldn't be seen as competitors for decades.